the beat.
Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop, never stop. Can't stop, won't stop, never. Can't stop, won't stop, bad boy. Always upgrading from my last.
What would you do if your dream was so close and yet so far at the same time? This is the story of Greg Dortch, a man who was doubted at every step of the way, and this is how he became the little engine that could. Arizona Cardinals, where he would show the entirety of the Arizona Cardinals fan base that he could. All I could remember as a Cardinals fan was 38 is special. Greg Dortch shook the entire Red Sea with the amount of plays that he was making in training camp and in preseason. He seemed completely unguardable, and he had everybody wondering where he had came from. I personally knew that Greg Dortch was going to be a star, and his abilities were rare as a route runner, as a catcher, and after the catch. And in 2022, Greg Dortch will finally get his shot. With Rondale Moore out, the starting slot position was out versus the Raiders, hauling in 55 yards and 4 touchdowns, and would grab 9 receptions and 80 yards versus the Los Angeles Rams. In 19 games dressed, and he was only getting started. Let's go 49ers. 167 yards and 2 receiving. But Greg Dortch is no stranger to having to prove himself, and he would do that again in 2023. After a frustrating 10 weeks of only being targeted 1 time for 2 yards, only being used as a special teams piece, knowing what he could bring to the team as a receiver, Greg was finally given the playing time that he had earned throughout his countless hours of hard work and dedication through the years. And in week 11, he'd show why he should have been started. Doesn't even begin to explain the plays that he made to get 266 yards. Now in 2024, Greg is stepping into his first opportunity as an NFL starter, and his teammates cannot stop hyping him up, and he's gaining momentum. Greg Dortch, the little engine that could, just a kid from Richmond living his dream playing in the NFL. Like the Dortch.
This defense, Kroger's punt, it's a hanger. Dortch is assessing, he's got it at the 37, makes one man miss. And he splits 2 others, and he's got daylight along the sidelines. And he's out of bounds at the 4.
Make the catch through the contact with the ground. And again, unable to make a play for their young quarterback. And now, boy, it really flips the script. Good looking seam.
I mean, what a play. You already knew you were going to get decent field position. That was a critical first down.
Yeah, in the last 4 games. 3rd and 10. Dortch. And Dortch picks up the first down. Here comes Dortch to the 35-yard line.
Against Job, one-on-one.
McBride comes out of the slot. Nice little catch there by Dortch.
Cardinals on the move in a tie game. Brissett will throw underneath. It's caught. Dortch down the sideline and into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Arizona.
No, you got a matchup, right? You're going to have Greg Dortch against Zaire Franklin on a crossing route. That's hard on your inside linebacker. And
there's Dortch on the return for Arizona. Stays on his feet. Flag is thrown. Dortch out across the 40.
Handoff here to DeMarcado. And another big chunk.
If they'd won those close games that they've lost this year, people would know that he's 5th in the league in sacks. Greg Dortch makes the first man miss, and Dortch looking for an opening now. Dortch trying to get to the edge. He does. Dortch, a nice jump cut left across midfield. And they bring pressure. It's Dortch, the release foul. Then Dortch weaving his way for a first down and yanked down.
we know how good he is in space, and here's just another way to do that. Just get it to Greg Dortch out in the open space. Makes a nice move on Upton Stout. Able
early for the Cardinals. Direct snap to Dortch, and Dortch inside the 5. Brissett coming back to get it as Dortch breaks 2 tackles, and Dortch dancing for a first down to the 3rd. 2nd and 6. Brissett to the end zone. Open is Dortch for the touchdown.
Diamonds, watch. Everybody's going to come up. There's nobody behind. playing that deep half. Nobody turned and ran with him. So again, a blown coverage right there in that situation. Not sure if that was supposed to be Jason Pinnock going with Greg Dortch as he
would be about a 57-yard attempt from here. It's going to be a first down and more. Dortch going to stroll in. Stops the clock. Brissett over the middle. Brissett to Dortch. Dortch trying to get himself out of bounds.
2nd and 10 from the 26. Out to Dortch. Big block. Dortch with a first down.